Hey, folks.
Whoa there, go-getter.
Troubling. Energy capacity out. Energy is up for grabs. All
That's
charged up. Capacitor unit away. Recharge before it discharges.
Hey, we gotta talk about all the killing you've done. Specifically of my old co-workers. I understand that things might come up, give you no choice. But for all they've done, these folk are still mine. If we can avoid bloodshed, we should. Yeah, all right. Just don't put me in this spot again, Commander. I like what we got going. Be a right shame to end up on one another's blacklist.
All right, Marisol. Let me actually. Not lose that reputation.
Whoa there, go-getter. Say, have you ever considered the benefits of becoming a semi-confidential, unpaid informant for Auntie's Choice? Breathe once for yes. Field Agent Auerbach, proprietary inside acquisition. Our team's presently occupying these premises, but haven't fully brought them to heel, per se. Say, you look like some sort of rogue former member of the Order. Maybe you could tell us what this place is supposed to be.
Me? Part of the Order? Oh, no, dear. I assure you I simply share their love of sweeping cloaks and science-y-looking accessories. I shall update my wardrobe to avoid such confusion.
Would you happen to be familiar with this campus? We're not entirely clear what it was used for. Far as we can tell, Order's been cleared out for some time. If not, I might politely inquire what exactly you're doing here. We scour rival facilities for hidden recipes, secret formulas, special ingredients, and assorted confidential internal know-how, then develop it into products to bring to market. It's a unique brand of warfare, exclusive to Auntie's Choice, designed to break incredible ingenuities out of cloistered captivity and share them across the galaxy.
Hell of a way of putting it. An agent of theirs once liberated a healing compound from my medbag and sold it back to me for twice the price.
Information wants to be freed. then priced and shared along understood lines of commodification and distribution. Well, consider me even more intrigued by your presence. Heard hints this place was some sort of off-the-books research operation, which of course we of Auntie's Choice simply delight in. The Order left some fairly formidable security in one building. Mention that in case the prospect of certain death may inspire you to unburden yourself. Based on your reticence, I take it you're bound for unorthodox notion reclusion then. How exceedingly ill-advised. Oh well, suppose we'll let you in. You might disable a death trap or two with your bodies, then we can step over your cadavers and maybe use them for a shield. Alternately, if you manage to find anything marketable, probably be game to barter for it later. Assuming you don't die, which in that case, we'll probably just retrieve it off your corpse. Either way.
Oh, a customer. Appear to need something. Hope you brought the bits to back that up. Got a good supply of Auntie's Choice finest, and some well-built order items, scavenged from this very facility. Looking's free. Rest costs extra. Look who finally decided to appear.
Anais, you're not supposed to be here.
Events prove otherwise, don't they? While you were taking your time arriving, I found a way inside these corporate drones haven't discovered. I've grown rather adept at sneaking in and out of these so-called restricted areas unseen. Peeked around a little. They've conveniently posted signs where various types of dangerous research materials are stored away.
Leave it to the Order to rigorously catalog everything.
Burn down initiation is listed on the top floor. They destroy materials through immolation there.
The research will be in reinforced containers, so enlisting the facility's own incineration measures would be prudent. Anais, stay here. Please.
I expected such to be your attitude, but I'll have you know that
I am not doubting your abilities. Quite the opposite. I need you to guard this entrance. Anyone appears, come running.
Fine. Go. I uncovered a vent in that office. Standard order redundancy measure. Let's out past the barrier over there.
I'll hang back a moment while you depower that fence. Wriggling through vents is a young person's game after all. We'll stay here. You find a way to disable these fences.
Where is the button?
Research studies prove that disengaging from complex tasks for a time to engage the mind in unrelated challenges has downstream beneficial effects for problem solving. Thus, our department attempted to design a series of stress-reducing educational challenges to facilitate these efforts. After some light early successes, we refined further and received results beyond our wildest intent. Soon, members of other departments were idling away in our offices for hours.
Thank the law somebody came by. I've been rationing my anti-Cleo Borst rockets, and you know what? Your tongue turns black if you eat them all week. Like, concerning, since it's all I have. We were sizing up the place, well, the lobby, when our boss ordered us to find an off switch for them traps, which required us to negotiate through or around said traps to do so. A bunch of the others got killed. I got stuck in here. Boss left with the rest. You think you could get me out somehow? Like, right about now, even?
Hold on. You're not even remotely considering releasing him, are you? A trade secret vulture from Auntie's Choice? Free to roam in a building full of Order secrets?
What are you suggesting? That we let this poor fool die a slow, lonesome death?
Granted, time-wasting contrivances is concerning only to those of us in the Order. But just one of those brain puzzlers put back the solving of the universal equation by months. I certainly wouldn't want Auntie's Choice obtaining research related to cataclysmal ends. Or monetizing prevaricated hypotheses, for that matter. At the end of the day, it's just an Auntie's Choice auxiliary dabbler. Hardly a cute little woolly cow or something.
Hey!
There's a low probability of that occurring. But it's true. Can't rule it out.
I mean, yay!
Do whatever you think is best here. I still don't completely agree, but I trust your decision.
I promise not to, blow up the universe. Or, whatever it is you two are worried about, I guess. Can you let me out now, please?
Phew. Well, that's a relief. Didn't think I'd ever get free. No thanks to you, ma'am.
Be grateful you're not on fire.
Don't have to tell me twice. This is all the bits I have on me. Not much, but thanks. I'll be out of here as soon as it seems safe.
You're young and spry. You can handle that.
Alright.
We'll stay here. Who left this vent open? Security around here was tighter in my day. Did I read that correctly? Seemed concerning.
Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we've got company in the form of an Auntie's Choice patrol. Seems their representative wishes to parley.
Don't shoot! Like she said, I'm just here to talk. Believe I've pieced together what you all are up to here. And I am willing to offer a mutually beneficial arrangement. Spied the signs on the way up. Our team has a keen interest in much of the research stored here. But cataclysmic ends, which I presume you're here to destroy, don't like the sound of that at all. By all means, burn every last trace. But let us keep the rest, and you'd benefit as well.
The idea of any Order research falling into Auntie's Choice hands is utterly abhorrent to me. I advise a rigorous refusal, as in no witnesses.
I could hear that, you know. Hoping she's not your main negotiator here. Nothing elaborate. Bits. A bunch of them. Enough to buy yourself something nice.
You're not seriously considering this, are you? These two-faced snake oil peddlers are incapable of making an honest deal.
Oh, nothing particularly heinous. We may conceivably utilize some information in the possible formation of potential new products. No harm to you, or anyone.
Can't really predict how Auntie's Choice would market heretical miscellany, but I could easily foresee them rushing detrimental cognitive enhancers to market.
Unfortunately, she's right. And our R&D ain't what it used to be. We'd best be careful with any sensitive intel.
Suppose I'd be reasonably happy with that. Some claim these mental recreations possess untapped commercial potential. I accept. If it's all the same to you, I'll just dawdle here while you complete the process. You know, in case you change your mind.
I'll prep the burners and make sure we have no more visitors. Burners are lit. Control board is activated. Commence the burn down process.
Well then, that seems sufficiently carbonized, cinderized. No half measures from the Order. Say what you will about them, but they are nothing if not thorough.
Excellent. Well, a deal's a deal. Meet me downstairs after you're done here and we'll settle up.
And all Auntie's Choice receives from it all are some distractful diversions. Well, that should decimate Auntie's Choice productivity for the foreseeable future. Nicely done.
My original notes and research are burnt to a crisp. It's over. Finally.
I'm sorry, but I saw on the terminal that an external party gained authorization to study it. There's at least one set of copies out there. Give me some time. I'll find them.
What do you need from me?
To go on and live your life. Round other people, not holed up in a dilapidated shack. We'll settle the rest.
You can't possibly expect to leave me behind again without a fight.
Why don't we burn that bridge when we get to it? We still need to get out of here first.
pleasure doing business with you. I can't wait to monetize this brain puzzle garbage.
Be sure to try it. Should be right engaging for anyone with a little gray in their upper story.
Huh. Maybe I will at that. We deeply appreciate your assistance in further expanding the ever-growing Auntie's Choice proprietary insight catalog. Be seeing you.
Suppose this is goodbye. Made it here before you all right, didn't I? Been interesting to see you. Before I forget, I meant to give you this. Little something I made.
So we're good? You and I. Everything settled?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, but good as ever. Don't think I don't see what you're doing with all this, though. You've always been who you are, but you weren't you for decades. A new cause comes up and you take it on immediately. Because saving the universe is easier than confronting yourself. Whoever you are now, whoever you're going to be, just take care. Don't be a stranger.
Goodbye, Anais. Thank you kindly. I think I am. Appreciate your support. Been a spell since I could rely on anyone like that. Though, suspect that's my own damn fault. Ah, Anais snuck something by me again, didn't she? What was that last thing she said? Don't be a stranger. Right. All right. I suppose you remain on my good side. May the plan favor us against long odds.
Ooh, ring-a-ding-ding. All right. Don't actually need that, so we can unfavorite that.
Hey, you there. Got a minute? Hey, you there. I got a job that needs doing if you've got the time. It pays, of course. I need help finding some lost supplies. Well, I'll be. That's them, all right. Can I offer you a finder's fee for asset recovery? Great. And here is one standard miscellaneous Type 2 short-term contractor one-time assistance. The pleasure doing business with you.
Just checking something real quick. How much damage will it do when maxed out? Is it worth it? Not enough. It's not worth it. Okay. I apparently did not press the right button. Dang it. Where did it go? Oh. think she's the only one who needs her second one left.
Too much Spacer's Ale? Try Auntie's Choice Pep Pills. Good for what ails you.
Ever wonder if our assignment here will never end? Like, our employment contracts will just keep renewing.
I saw that relay station taking off and I thought, hey, take me with you. Then I saw it dropping right back down. Like,
Welcome, welcome. See you. Hello again. I don't think we were properly
I'm gonna skip
introduced.
that and go to the
I'm
window.
sure. Welcome, welcome. See anything you like?
Ah, Inez. Have you come back for a tune-up? I've got just the injection for that. Freezes those pesky muscles right back into place.
No,
Creepy.
Yeah, a tune-up sounds good. I got a device that might help stabilize what I got going on up on the shoulder. Ought to let me use my graft all the more often. Think you can install it?
Oh, well, this device is unusual and rather ingenious, if I may say so. Hold still, dear. This should take but a moment. There. I dare say you won't be needing any tune-ups in the near future, but I do trust you'll find an excuse to come by for the occasional visit. Where did you find such a device, anyhow? What is it, dear? You look, well, a bit like you've been stung by a terror ray. I've got ointment for that too, you know.
There's a grafting lab way out on Cloister that was still operational. Till recently. I found it, Doc. And... Law. I ain't seen any horrors like that.
Still operating? Inez, do you feel all right? The program was shut down more than 6 months ago. Any further funding would be in direct violation of Auntie's orders.
I know what I saw. They were brutalizing folk and creatures. Paying them no mind, giving them no honor, even if they succumb to the process. The doctor there, he killed a friend of mine. And you're telling me you knew nothing of it?
Inez, I swear I didn't. That sounds... Oh, Sovereign's mercy, that sounds precisely like what I would protest with every breath.
The creatures they were experimenting on broke out of their cages, killed most of the staff. But you know what's worse? Keeping a dead soldier's body on display. Like a thing. I found the doctor in charge, still alive, cowering. I killed him, and let his sick aims die along with him. There's no good that can come of his work. Nothing. But this ain't the extent of it, I fear. I need to find out who's responsible for all
Oh, Inez, I know you do. But with the program officially shuttered, it would be awfully difficult to ascertain which individual has the pockets to fund such a... Wait. Yes, that does shed light on a correspondence I received recently. A vice president sent a message asking for my presence and scientific expertise to discuss a unique opportunity. I found the secrecy odd at the time, but I do suppose it lines up with your discovery. His name is Willard Conan, VP of Experimental Operations. The very man who was in charge of the grafting program at its inception. He's... Oh, I know that look. If you mean to do something, I beg you.
Doc, with all due respect, what I do with him when I get there is my own damn business.
I will help you. Vice President Conan's office is aboard the Undisputed Claim, the flagship of Auntie's Choice. I do not know where exactly, as I've never been, but it's my understanding that you will need to present this calling card to gain entry. Inez, all I ask is that you remain safe. A terrible wrong has been done, but do not throw your life away to right it. You might seek justice via other means.
I can't promise anything, Doc, but I'll try. Thank you for everything.
Have an update about that personal matter. You know, the one that might end the universe. The other universe-ending thing. Back at Winter's Grasp, I found someone was continuing Anais, Sir Bujold's research. Believe I have a lead on their identity. I wholly agree. I pieced together information from earlier leading to Golden Ridge on Dorado. Oddly enough, to the anchor hold at Matriarch's Mercy Monastery. I had Val set the location on our map. I recognize we're juggling multiple crises, but I'd suggest we journey there sooner than later. May all our travails add to the equation.
Commander, I've been thinking. We got the intel we need, Commander. The undisputed claims are destination. When we
Here's where I
find
was going
Willard and
next.
stop this law-damned program in its tracks, Auntie's Choice will get what's coming to them. Been doing some thinking about ending the grafting program for good. It's gotta happen. I just didn't think it would start this way. With me turning murderer. Auntie had me good and fooled. She ain't any better than Spacer's Choice. Making any of them see reason is an impossibility. Our overlords had a saying in Tau Ceti. If you got a rabid canid, you put it down before it maddens the whole pack. They used to say it about us workers, like we were the problem. It was terrifying. But now, I reckon I see some sense in that saying. Retribution never came for the folk at the top back then, but it certainly can now. What if I think I already have? I wonder if this is what Ortiz had in mind when he sent me that message. He trusted my judgment, knew I always aimed to do right by him and folk everywhere, but he also knew both of us had been lied to when we joined up. The notion that our taking extraordinary risks would pay dividends. Do you think he knew this would be the final straw? Thanks, Commander. Maybe this is what folk mean by the architects setting things in motion. If I hadn't broken my contract, I wouldn't be here. Maybe proving myself was never the intention. Maybe this is what I was meant to do. Suppose we're fixing to find out.
I'll admit, the coup caught me on the back foot. Always figured the console for a power snatcher, but I'd never put bits down on him betraying the Sovereign. They seem so tight-knit. Just think about all those posters of the pair of them that'll have to change now. A real crying shame. Me? Rejoicing over a tyrant squabble? Never. The Sovereign's misfortune is our gain, as far as I'm concerned. The console might be projecting strength, but by my reckon, Protectorate's more unstable now than ever before. Sure, always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind? Just name it. Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit. What did you have in mind?
strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial.
I see you're back from the Protectorate's little mind manipulation spa. All their secrets in hand, yes?
Our team at Proprietary Insight Acquisition has been salivating over the potential commercial applications of that process. Really? Thought you had more drive, but suppose that's fine.
I, for one, care little for the completion of stretch goals. You managed to avoid being mentally refreshed. That demonstrates considerable pluck and fortitude.
Now, I assume you won't mind we have a few questions about the process. Our people will extract details about the pharmacology and methodology. That will all no doubt prove useful, but we're most interested in the technology and its results. Can't say I like the sound of that. Seems like they'd be difficult to market to.
How truly unfortunate. Those without desire or drive make terrible customers. They could barely even be considered consumers at all.
What else can you tell us about the place? Turn up any additional details? Anything especially marketable? That's certainly interesting. Intriguing, even. What else? But still, they keep on marketing it as virtually foolproof, don't they? So much for their vaunted moral high ground, and so much for us exploiting that piece of technology. Ah, good to know, good to know. Excellent. Well, here's your reward, along with something extra for your effort. Too bad about the lead scientist. Converting him would have earned you an above-average payout. All right, for your next assignment, well, it's something of an organizational priority.
Congratulations! Your storied success has earned you a whole entire minute with our illustrious leader, Auntie Cleo!
So your preliminary chores are complete? Oh, finally a contractor with a little backbone. Normally they flee or expire, leaving the work woefully incomplete. Ah, I remember you from before. Fairfield, yes? Tell me, as an outside agent, do you have any quandaries working with our organization? Well, I appreciate the clarity, if not the lack of guile. For now, I suppose we'll remain uncomfortable bedfellows, if not ideological fellow travelers. Do hope you'll forgive these two. They're competing for a rather significant promotion, you see. It tends to make employees fractious, like young ursopods cooped up in the den. So, you've been advancing a fairly radical idea with a group that, to date, we've considered our rivals. Certain communications have even been exchanged between our ship and the Order's headquarters. You've spoken to the delegates, yes? A cessation of hostilities could present any number of potentially profitable options, assuming we could work out favorable terms. Oh, my security team would never allow it, but a call like this over a secure line should be an acceptable alternative. Of course, Ruth would also need to agree. Perhaps if you were to perform a few useful errands for the Order, you might earn a meeting with her to propose the same. Have Ruth reach out when she's ready to talk, and I'll set up a call on a secure line next door.
Magic!
It's high time one of you scientist types responded to my calling cards. The position's been open for more than 2 days, and already productivity is tanked by 149.4%. You want the role, it's yours, but I'm not budging on those hourly rates.
Let me guess. You're backfilling Rasmussen's position? Or all the scientists who work with him on Cloister lying cold on the lab floor?
Both, obviously. Unless you mean to tell me a graft like yours can install itself. Now, do you want the job or not? We're burning starlight.
I do. Been waiting on this moment. This grafting program is a law-damned abomination. I went to your lab on Cloister, saw for myself what kind of depravity your folk got up to there. It's sick. My friend was butchered by Rasmussen. And he wasn't the only one. In fact, this program's been a sham from the start. I got tossed aside. And for what? A mistake? Ain't nothing good that's come of this. It's time to call it quits.
What a preposterous notion. Shall we stop producing inhalers because of side effects? Or shut down all food factories because one severed appendage finds its way into packaging? No, no, certainly not. I am not to blame for whatever inconvenience you experienced as a first edition patient. To quit now would be to toss aside all our progress. Nonsense. I have myriad data at my disposal to dispute such a claim.
Don't matter to me what your plans are, or what you think you might accomplish. You've hurt too many good folk, and I've had enough.
I fear you've gotten too negative an impression of this work. Hear me out, will you? Allow me to assuage those fears. My mind is not entirely consumed by capital, I assure you. It's also consumed with professional pride and self-preservation. We cannot speak of sensitive business details here. There's no telling which opportunistic colleague or overpaid contractor could be listening in. They would ruin me. Ruin me! Meet me in back deck steerage. Take this pass for the tram. And for law's sake, make sure no hanger-on follows you. Especially that assistant of mine next door. Chin up, dear. I believe I'll change your mind yet.
We'll see. Seen this song and dance from all manner of suits before. Reckon he'll try to reel us into a ridiculous scheme, or bribe us with bits or booze or what have you. But this'll make it easier for us to intimidate the bastard into stepping down.
You cannot be here. My contract stipulates that this lab door remains locked at all times. I am not to be disturbed. Ha! That's funny, considering the heaps of times I've been called such. Is that so strange? The program I was hired for is highly confidential. I don't see why the Vice President wouldn't take such measures. Why, I cannot even speak to him directly. Though I presume he also possesses an aversion to the smell of formaldehyde. He goes pale and ducks into his office the moment he sees me.
Well, that ain't right. Neither his managerial manner nor your working conditions. But once we get this program shuttered, you'll be free of this for good.
Oh, no. No, I don't want change. I love my work. I love this place. The smell of copper, the texture of viscera. There's nothing like it.
So am I. My gut's roiling something fierce.
Why this art's beauty is lost on so many folk I'll never understand. Anyhow, I've much work to do. Please ensure the door is locked when you leave.
Commendations on so successfully climbing the corporate rungs. Everything seems to be going according to plan. I've even heard tittering that Auntie has taken notice. When you meet with Auntie, be accommodating but also bold. Raise the issue with her if she doesn't raise it first. Performing more labor for Auntie's choice will inevitably bring our fair corporation into further conflict with the Order. So we only have one shot at this. Make it count. I'd offer you luck, but I trust you have the skills to not require it.
Least bankable tossball team against the Protectorate's entire roster of pitchball pushovers any day of the fiscal week, even with half our team's 32 bats benched. Potential as human billboards. Of course, I also enjoy the simple pleasure of watching professional athletes blood. Such a relatable interest. Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process our overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when it can be enhancing people's lives now?
Ah, you came. Foolish, aren't you? Thinking I'd reveal my secrets to the likes of you. Contractors, now's your chance. First one to kill these imbeciles gets a one-time Immunosol discount.
Get the water in, I'll take care of him, Commander.
Come through, my good Biff. That discount will be applied to your next purchase at the commissary, but cannot be combined with other... Ah! You! You're still alive!
Ain't gonna be that easy to get rid of us, you idiot. This how you treat all folk who approach you in good faith?
No folk have ever made it this far. How did you get past all my contractors? They were heavily trained and heavily expensive.
Not expensive enough.
This again? What is it with you? No! I've no incentive to shut down my life's work, especially at the demand of common thugs.
Oh.
You ever seen a grafted claw strip flesh from the bones of a stubborn old man?
No.
Well, on the count of 3, you will. 1.
All right, fine. Consider this my resignation. Here, take everything I have. Any bits left in my office are yours. Just, please, don't follow me.
Good riddance. But this ain't over yet. The other executives will be notified the moment Willard flees the undisputed claim. And within hours, dozens of rung climbers will be at the tower jockeying for his position. It's all but certain that they'll claim his work for their own, and make his bastardization of a grafting program all the worse if they so choose. Ain't about to let that happen. Ain't suggesting. I'm telling you that we can't stand by and do nothing. It's obvious he was up to his neck in some scheme. If we dig it up and get the word out, his legacy will be in shreds. Maybe folk will be less inclined to follow in his footsteps. Should all but guarantee that Willard can't come crawling out from whatever rock he's keen to hide under, in any case. All right. We ought to start by searching his office. Any evidence we can find regarding money or business dealings could be of value. Once we got what we need, we can head to the recording studio to get the word out. The promise of a scandal should be enough to get in the door.
I'll have you know my panhandling license is completely up to date.
Why, looky here. I see you got her message. Glad you followed up. Now, the question is, are you just here to work in Angle, or were you moved by our plight? When the brass sets an impossible deadline, who do you think everybody on the floor gets mad at? When trials run late because some lab tech melted, who catches upstairs ire? See, us in middle management, we get none of the credit, all of the blame. Catch hell coming and going, with nary a promotion or raise in sight. Well, we've had it. We pulled our funds to hire a maverick outsider like yourself to collect useful information on 3 local persons of interest to help us climb the ladder. First person is Melquiades Alcantara, proprietor of the Bottom Runger. Came up with this new drink, the Raptidon Bite. Everyone's dying to try it. We want the secret recipe. The second is an unnamed individual. Shows up at the Esplanade every day with a mob and an armed escort. What's his story? What does he know?
And why is he always waving at everybody? And smiling, too.
Head back here when you're done with them two. The third target we'll talk about after. Sort of a controversial figure around here. Consider him a concern for later. Anything else? Wonderful, wonderful. And let me just say that we're all so looking forward to working with you. We can't wait to benefit from the fruit of your efforts. See everybody? Things are looking up already. Ready?
Hey folks, thanks for watching.
Trinicular, arriving any moment now.
We took what nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it. Artificial means. At Anti's choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle.
So, he teleported. It's like magic. Station 7.
assume you're not here to admire the blood spatter.
I'm here to tell you that your treacherous fiend of a boss is now out of commission, and I'm investigating all of his indiscretions. You wouldn't happen to know about any unsanctioned business dealings, would you?
Ah, I'm afraid I can't help with that. I've only spoken with him once, upon my hiring. Well, yes, but not here or face to face. I was to have all communications sent to a private room at the Best Choice. He held all his business dealings and records therein. I gather he was circumventing intellectual property taxes or some such.
The Best Choice. That's the lounge for VIPs, looking out over the Esplanade, if I'm remembering right. We might pay it a visit.
This is actually an experimental operation with high import. Do pay it some respect, will you? And close the door when you leave.
Four more what's happening? It's observation 7, and this is Hack 9. So I can definitely get Hack 9.
Leader known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional frivolity. But no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The big rift cut off tossball news from home, but our Arcadia Grove League is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the watered down. Tuesday and Thursday zones? Why even
Ever miss a limited time offer and wonder about how your life would have been?
is tolerated? That won't put posteriors in the seats. A blood sport without blood sounds like red ink to Auntie. Our tossball teams play for
chumps and injecting is for idiots. Come ingest your nourishment to debonair by drinking it.
Between the Easy Heel Loafers and Spectrum brand bandits, I'd pit our least bankable tossball team against the Protectorate's entire roster of pitchball pushovers any day of the fiscal week. Even with half our team's 32 bats benched, they'd forfeit by middle time. It would be an embarrassment of body goals. Imagine the ad windfall.
Purpleberry product samples! Purpleberry product samples!
As you boards, of course. So enjoy the simple pleasure of watching professional athletes bludgeon each other. Such a relatable interest. See, subordinates, I'm just like you. Until next time, look for me in the Platinum Executive Skybox above the
Close enough.
What's up?
Yes, may I help you somehow? Likely by reminding you that this is not the entrance for unwashed service plebes. Please go tell your manager to fire you. Then follow proper protocols, or we'll find other vendors to patronize. Oh, really?
You think that you belong in our lounge, dressed like that? 3 sisty pigs in a trench coat would have a better shot at getting in than you do right now. The owner tasked me with maintaining the posh allure of the best choice, and you are hardly the kind of inestimable personage that would be proper to admit.
VP of Experimental Operations.
About yay high, of questionable disposition, has an unusual sour smell.
Never quite got close enough to verify such. But you do know of him?
That's a great question. I couldn't possibly say. Oh, one of his associates, are you? How unpleasant. I suppose it's no surprise, seeing that you have one of his soldiers with you.
I'm not one of his.
Yet here you are, asking after him, with obvious familiarity.
Commander, surely we shouldn't...
Oh, are you now? Wonderful. I absolutely despise that sprat hole. I hope you managed to bury his career forever. Demotion through mandatory retirement? That's certainly something I can get behind. Oh, to hell with it. The VP was a frequent guest, so please, do come in and have a look around. It is our hope that you have a lucrative and luxurious visit to the best choice.
Nothing here to my taste, of course, but you enjoy yourself, Commander. I'm gonna have nightmares about this room, ain't I? The kind that get real uncomfortable to talk about later.
Everyone has their little hunch about which new product line will sell the most, but I say you need to bottom rung or consumer.
See? They're letting in anyone now. Well, since you're here.
That bit there might be our ticket inside.
Oh.
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
Baba! Hey, didn't you hear me growl in a discouraging manner? The first testee ain't to be disturbed.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'm gonna, converserate a little. Just wait over there for me or something.
As you wish. Retreating to hover at a respectful distance.
Sorry, they get a mite carried away most times. Oh, that. Yeah. Wish they wouldn't say that. I'm accustomed to fancy titles. Don't mind them. They're here to make sure nothing happens. To me, that is. On account of being a close personal friend of Philip, Auntie Cleo. It's all a bit much, to be honest. But I guess it's like Auntie always says, anything worth doing is worth overdoing completely. Ah, she don't go by that no more. Guess I'm still not used to calling her Auntie. Auntie. Huh. There, maybe that'll do it. Anyhow, probably shouldn't just mull about here engaging in idle talk. If she saw me, she'd probably chide me for being overly friendly with everyone, like she used to.
Enough of that. You ain't idling, you're networking, expanding business opportunities. That's my go-to line anyway.
Oh, guess I was at that, huh? Thanks. Like your arm, by the way. Mine are just boring metal.
Oh, it saves me from small talk, mostly. Ain't many folk who aren't put off by the limb and avoid me entirely, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I've known her since back when I had all my appendages. Imagine me going to a saloon or something. Why, you might come too, even, to chit-chat. Well, I reckon I could do that. With you, I mean. Hey, stay here, will you? Me and my new friend here, we're just going over there, to the bottom runger, to talk.
Staying put, but keeping alert as if our jobs and or lives depended on it.
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
What did subjects get? We respond to what you want through your decisions as consumers. What's more, the frivolously lengthy approval process, our own very As a responsible member of society, we allow you to take part in
Right, so how does this all work exactly? They bring you a drink, and then people just converserate?
Auntie's choice. We understand that the marketplace
Well, wow. Well, is that right? I'm pretty good at that, I guess. Not sure I ever talked about anything important my whole life, though. Ah, this seat looks really comfortable. Oh, I'll stand. Honestly, it's a real pleasure to be here. Me, in an actual saloon, with someone to talk to, I mean. So, you want to start?
artificial means at Auntie's choice.
Few years, maybe. Hail from Argos originally. Auntie and I both do. Kind of far from here, I think. Had everything. Mining, a garbage pile, sprats, slums, more mining, the works. I always think that, but just not out loud like that. Like sometimes when I'm cleaning this place, I find a bit or a timepiece or a half-eaten Sprat crisp bag. I turn them in just in case someone's looking for them, which earns me some weird looks. But I figure that's not trash to somebody who needs it. Way I came up, those are treasures. Well, I wander into the maintenance deck. Everybody gets out of my way. I pick a random cleaning implement out of storage. Sometimes I ask where I'm most needed. Otherwise, I just pick a deck I haven't been in a while. Mostly, I come here to the Esplanade. I like that word. Esplanade. Also, there are more people around here. I like being around people, even if they don't talk to me much. Or, you know, ever. Oh, I mean, until now, of course. Yeah, sounds pretty good when you put it that way. My own boss. Maybe I should start yelling at myself like, Amos, get back to work. Bathroom breaks are 1 minute only. Reckon that's an ample amount of small talk, huh? What other sort of stuff you want to talk about? The weather, maybe? Oh, Felicity. Felicity Carroll. Dr. Felicity Carroll, eventually. So guess she's Dr. Auntie Cleo now, technically? If that's how that works? She came to be lead scientist of research and development at Numa Experimental Station. I knew her when she was just Felicity, back in the good old days, when the company still did, you know, human testing first, instead of just letting stuff willy-nilly out into the wild like now. I was her best test subject.
Dr. Rasmussen, no site sanitation.
Well, I guess she remembers, huh? And now you do too, so, like, 3 alive folks out of everybody. Guess that makes us kind of special, don't it? Rarefied company.
And if you haven't heard your name yet, breathe easy.
Sure was determined. I'll tell you what. Made her own healing grease in a rusty old can of Spacer's Chaw. Got one of them entry science jobs at Auntie Cleo. You know, the corporation, not the person. Was a whole different person back then, if you can believe it. Started scaling the corporate ladder right quick. Weren't too long before she left the colony completely. You think? I'd sure like to think so. Not that I'd want her to feel bad or sad or nothing. Aw, you got me reminiscing something fierce. Did I mention she and I shared an expired chum bar once? Good times.
You don't say. Don't suppose you can think of any other fuzzy memories like that, or less fuzzy ones?
Maybe I can remember other important things like that. I'll sure try. You know, this is nice. Talking like this is much better than when the other person just ambles off like they never heard you.
Notice you've got your own share of prostheses. Those from the garbage pile on Argos, or testing a new one?
Lost an arm back when we learned that antacid wasn't safe for skin. One foot was testing a Raptidon repellent where, I guess they were more just indifferent. I lose track.
You've been through it, huh? I hope you know these experiments did some real good for us. I wouldn't be here alive and with this arm intact if it weren't for folk like you.
Well, you know, I haven't talked to her for, going on 40 years or thereabouts, I think. But, you know, we were real tight when we were nubbins. When she approved my request for this role, I got a letter from her that said, dictated but not read at the end. Like she was talking right to me. Or at me, maybe. You know, you're probably right. Sometimes thought it might be good to hear from her more, but I guess she's real busy. All I know is one day, Felicity said she was up for a promotion to be Auntie. Said it was an idea that went through every generation or some such. Auntie, she told me once she needed to climb to the top no matter what. But that she was real sorry about the people she had to step on to get there, though.
I'm just like you.
You think? I mean, admit I sometimes don't get, jokings or inference. Maybe you're right. That might be all I want to talk about. The rest makes me, you ever have this empty, falling feel? You know, in your chest? Like that, I guess. I don't know, would hate to be rude. You come out with me and all.
Consumed the first of many rivals, but that original goal remains one of our goals.
Well, guess I should get back to work. Important job and all. You know what? I haven't felt this springy inside since Fel and I worked the garbage pile in Argos. Like, less bad. Maybe good, even.
So strive, thrive, survive.
Get you something?
Armed with Auntie's choice.
Afraid he stepped away to his office. Hope you don't want a Raptidon bite. Nokia just kept the recipe a secret. From me, at least.
Employees, just because your Auntie Cleo reached the top of the corporate ladder doesn't mean she can't resonate some bottom-rung relatability. Business is much like tossball, a game of inches and foot goals played with an excess of necessary roughness. And like tossball, there's more than one way to make a killing. Why, I was just watching the latest bout between the Easy Heel Loafers and the Zero-G Shooters.
Step right up for the most exorbitant medical care money can buy.
Tackle pileup on the tender in the mid-court restricted zone. I was on the edge of my luxury 60-high expectation rounder. Not to mention the concession service. Invasive marketing huffed it out of the arena with their official Auntie's Choice branded Sprat Crisp penalty buckets. But I digress. Just as
here from Melquiades Alcantara. Afraid you're a mite bit late. Investigator Yoshida, Department of Excessive Corporate Malfeasance. Did you know the deceased? Seems like you're not the only one. Were you aware if he had any business rivals, any disgruntled employees? Deals gone sour? Are you asking the questions now? Thought this worked the other way. No, it would make my day if you were to blame. I only cover internal rivalries. As an outsider, you'd be someone else's department to worry about. We mostly just make sure no one's sloppy enough to get caught. If they do, we throw the book at them. And it's a large book. Leaves quite a mark. Of course we have laws. Anyone breaks a few in a flagrant or particularly inept fashion, they need to be held accountable, or everyone's bottom line suffers. You're clear to saunter freely. Well, maybe someone over at the bottom runger knows something. But remember, taste more and feel less. Anti-Fizzo's Numb Rum.
Stop that scrounging around.
Knock off the funny business.
Look who's back. You. I know one. Valo Andrews, owner of the Best Choice. Wasn't too keen on our success. Melquiades said she's meaner than a bag of Raptidons. I'll miss his wit. The only way I'd ever make it in that place is crawling through a vent. Some of us have pride. Till next we meet.
Each other. Such a relatable interest. See, subordinates? I'm just like you. Until next time, look for me in the Platinum Executive Sky.
Purple berry product samples! Purple berry product samples!
What now? Oh, don't we all? Have an issue with the service? She's in her office. Door to your right. If you must.
What are you doing back here? No one's allowed. Who left that door unlocked? What are you even doing in my bar? Someone will be fired over this. Then, once they reach the nadir of their sorrows, rehired, only that I may fire them again.
Okay.
And I don't know what you think you're seeing here, but ignore all this. What? All this? Furtive mixing of cocktails is simply how I relieve stress in a productive manner. It's a Raptidon bite, a unique concoction devised by Melquiades Alcantara, who was simply my dearest friend. Or was. I procured its recipe from him before his unfortunate passing, and before you ask, yes, I have receipts for everything. No, I don't think so. Now that we have the recipe for this dreadful elixir, our clientele no longer have reason to stray. Think you're wearing down my resolve, don't you? Ugh. Maybe just a little. Look, I see you're going to be a problem. Just cover my efforts and expenses and the recipe's yours. Our patrons are returning already anyhow. Here you are. One lightly bloody, slightly less secret recipe. All in all, a profitable day. Eliminated an important rival, got paid, and learned how to mix a new cocktail. Might have been a bit too liberal with the Raptidon venom, though. Time for you to blunder out the way you blundered in.
Comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
Free purple berries.
The term parasite-free indicates the fact that any kind of parasite found in an Auntie's Choice product is provided free of charge and is not the property of Auntie's Choice or its subsidiary companies, and the eating of said parasite absolves Auntie's Choice of any legal... in perpetuity.
Trinicular, arriving.
I done falled off the corporate ladder.
Hey, everybody, look who it is. All finished? Knew he was connected. What'd you find out? He tell you any secrets about Auntie?
Or inspiring stories about her career ascent? You know, that might act as encouragement to them like us, presently stagnating in our position of paid employee.
Huh. A rumor had it she was one of the Schuyler line, old money family, type who looked down at anybody who worked for a living. Never seemed like her. I got a whole lot of insightful observations like that, you know.
Wait, there's been more than one Auntie Cleo? Ah, explains a lot, now that I think about it. Like how she ain't a few hundred years old. Huh.
What else?
Whoa! Just like normal people.
That's real relatable. I mean, we all done that, right? But I just never thought she would. 'Cause she's Auntie, you know?
Yeah, like she could eat a bar right out of the paste obtruder, the freshest and least natural it's ever gonna be.
That everything? Those details were highly motivating, both personally and professionally. Real roadmap to success kind of thing.
Diverges greatly from events depicted in Auntie the Musical, the all-singing adaptation of Auntie's life story, which we've all, of course, watched 9 times. Didn't make the drink, or didn't make... Oh, I see.
Less we know about all that, the better. But I knew you'd effectuate effectually. Right? Wasn't I just saying? Here, for your trouble, from all of us. Now, about that last person of interest. There's a former Spacer's Choice VIP in the brig. We tried talking to him, you know, to see if he had any useful dirt. But he's kind of mean.
Full of scathing invective.
Belittling, one might say. But, you know, tough sort like you might have an easier go of it.
Thicker skin, you mean?
Nah, they got him set up like in olden times. They've let everybody walk up and holler at him, throw produce and such. Whatever that is. Oh, that sounded very take charge. Have to remember that. Okay, we'll make sure you've got authorization to the brig when you arrive. May you effectuate effectually toward the agreed upon goal state. That's the middle manager handbook again. Real take charge stuff.
I'm gonna shoot you now. Alright folks, thanks for watching. I'm heading to sleep. See you next time.